Hey guys, it's Sarah here. So I just quickly wanted to set up background to who I think Azor Ahai is, mostly so I can make some related videos, but also to hear what you guys think. So I'm just going to jump right into it. As much as I'd like Dany to be Azor Ahai, because she's one of my favorite characters, and she seems to fit the prophecy pretty well, I'm leaning towards Jon being Azor Ahai. I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. Either way, I strongly believe that they will be working together to defeat the White Walkers or the others. So in the end, it probably doesn't really matter which of the two is Azor Ahai reborn, but let's take a look at it anyways. So according to the prophecy as recounted by Melisandre, there will come a day after a long summer when the stars bleed and the cold breath of darkness falls heavy on the world. In this dread hour, a warrior shall draw from the fire a burning sword, and that sword shall be Lightbringer, the red sword of heroes. And he who clasps it shall be Azor Ahai come again, and the darkness shall flee before him. And that's from A Clash of Kings. She also says he will be born again amid smoke and salt, and will wake dragons out of stone. And if you check out this link, there's a video in which George R. R. Martin refers to the prince that was promised as the same person as Azor Ahai. And also, Melisandre tells Jon in the show, "The Lord of Light let you come back for a reason. Stannis was not the prince who was promised, but someone has to be." And she was referring to Azor Ahai as well. So that means the prophecy for the prince that was promised also applies here. So Azor Ahai reborn will therefore be born of the line of Aerys II and Rhaella. And according to Rhaegar, his is the Song of Ice and Fire. Also, Maester Aemon says that the prophecy was given in a gender-neutral language, so it could be a prince or a princess. So basically that narrows down our list of possible Azor Ahais to those with Targaryen blood. So for those of you who thought maybe Bran or Jaime or Tyrion could have been Azor Ahai, I don't think that could be true anymore. I mean, even if you believe Jaime or Tyrion are secret Targaryens born of Joanna and the King Aerys, it still can't be true because the prophecy specifically states that Azor Ahai is from Aerys and Rhaella's line. So this leaves us with Daenerys, Jon, and Aegon to be the last living candidates. So Daenerys was born amidst smoke and salt on Dragonstone, but she was also reborn amidst smoke and salt when she entered Khal Drogo's funeral pyre and left with 3 dragons. This happened around the same time that a red comet or a bleeding star was seen in the sky across the world. This is also happening as the White Walkers or darkness gathers in the north. She is born from the proper Targaryen line, and she sort of woke dragons from stone, as the dragon eggs that she was given on her wedding day were basically like petrified stone eggs after being unhatched for so long. Dany doesn't have Lightbringer yet, however many people think that the burning sword is a metaphor for Dany's dragons, and I will make a video on Lightbringer theories real soon. So then there's Jon. Jon was born under a bleeding star if we look at it metaphorically instead of literally. Jon was born at the Tower of Joy soon after Sir Arthur Dayne was killed by Ned Stark on his way up the tower to see Lyanna. House Dayne's sigil is a falling star, and he would definitely have been bleeding since he was just killed. In the show, the directors made it a point to focus in on the bloody sword Dawn at Lyanna's bedside, so this may be something to consider. Dawn was also said to be forged from a falling star, so this could work in a number of ways. Jon has also been literally reborn in the show, so he has some purpose left according to Melisandre and the Red God. Now it's a matter of smoke and salt. Smoke and salt were metaphorically present during Jon's rebirth in the show, Davos possibly being the salt, Melisandre possibly being the smoke. However, we're not sure how this will play out in the books, and it's something you really have to squint at. Another interesting thing I read on A Song of Ice and Fire theories is this comment. So he basically says, if you find Salt Shore, representing salt, on the south coast of Dorne, and then find Feast Fires representing smoke to the west of Lannisport, and you connect the dots, you will find that the Tower of Joy lies along that line. So it's possible that if this is true, if this is where George R. R. Martin was going with this, then Jon was literally born amid smoke and salt, geographically, because he was born at the Tower of Joy. Jon is also from the appropriate Targaryen bloodline. He hasn't literally woken any dragons from stone yet, but there's still a chance this could happen in the story, literally or metaphorically. Jon could even be the dragon himself that has been awakened. Jon doesn't have Lightbringer yet either, but some believe that Lightbringer could actually be the Night's Watch, or Longclaw, or Dawn, or some other Valyrian sword. But again, I plan to make a video on Lightbringer possibilities shortly, so we can discuss all the options. Now, Jon does have dreams where he is wielding a flaming sword, and we've seen before that Stark dreams have been influenced by real events in the book, so this is like a pretty big clue, in my opinion, that he will have Lightbringer, and he will be Azor Ahai. Other evidence for Jon include the fact that he sacrificed a loved one, Ygritte, for his cause to the Night's Watch, which, if they are Lightbringer, as some believe, this would fulfill the sacrifice aspect of the original Lightbringer that Azor Ahai supposedly forged. Others believe he will sacrifice Melisandre and his sword will absorb the magic from the Lord of Light within her. But again, I'm going to talk about that in another video. So, Dany technically seems to fit the prophecy a little bit better, a little bit more clearly at this point in the story. However, I can't help but lean towards Jon being Azor Ahai. I mean, Rhaegar truly believed that his son was going to be the prince that was promised, and that his song would be Ice and Fire, just like the book series title. And Jon, being born of the Targaryens and the Starks, is literally Ice and Fire. Also, whenever Melisandre asks R'hllor for an image of Azor Ahai, all he shows her is snow. Could this be a reference to Jon Snow? Now, Aegon could also be Azor Ahai as well, but there's a lot of speculation right now that he's not actually a Targaryen, but actually a Blackfyre pretender, which I can make a video about at a later time to fully explain this theory. But if we do assume that he is legitimate, it still doesn't really fit the bill right now to the prophecy, but he definitely could in the future. I'm not really sure how much more room is in the books to develop his storyline, but it's not outside the realms of possibility. So like I said, I think that in the end, both of them will really be working together to fight the White Walkers, so it might not even matter who's who in the end. Or maybe they could both be Azor Ahai together. I guess we can only wait to find out. So thanks for watching. I plan to make a Lightbringer theory in the near future, and possibly one on Aegon as well. Alright, see ya.